Very few women climb hard, scary trad routes.
I've just never seen another woman climb as well as Hazel on scary terrain.
Hazel's got a very cool, calm head. I think she definitely gets that from her dad.
The slab itself is pretty solid, isn't it? But the top's got several layers of crumbly, breaky stuff.
Yeah, but then there's also just like the crumbly handholds and footholds.
Yeah.
This route that Ham is involved with at the moment, once upon a time in the southwest, it's a really impressive piece of rock.
One of the hardest and scariest trad climbs in Britain.
It just looks completely blank and completely impossible.
UKE9 means a trad route that's relatively hard and really, really scary.
No woman's ever climbed an E9.
The coastline around this area is like really rugged, rocky, with crashing waves, and it's quite wild really. When the tide's coming in and you've got big seas, it's just this pounding sound all the time. And then there's like this real rumble as the sea comes out again. The wall has a real atmosphere because of that. Like just being down there on the beach, your heart's pounding a little bit. You start the route up this sort of chossy pillar. And then you move on to the face, and you've got this really thin climbing, which is protected by pegs. The pegs are really rusty now. You can just like flake off bits of rust with your fingers, and I've had like quite a few pegs snap on me. So you back up the pegs with sliders. It's not that good, this one. You just think, oh no. It's best to just not fall. It's very crimpy, very technical, balancy. The first half of the route you get loads of gear, but it's all just a bit shit really. Sometimes you put one in and you just chuckle to yourself a little bit because you're like, that's just hilariously shit. Why are you even bothering? But then you think, you know, the last one was a little bit shit as well, so hopefully something will hold. It's pretty disconcerting when, you know, what you think is actually quite a good placement's just fallen out, and then you think, oh no, what about all the other ones? Okay, really watch me on yellow. At half height, you have to run it out for a little bit. And that feels kind of cool because you're not hindered by placing loads of shit gear all the time. My dad was beeling at the bottom and the tide was coming in, and I'd like glance down and the water's lapping at his feet.
I was standing at the base of the wall with one eye on Hammy up there and one eye on the tide coming in.
Hey, loose top out.
Right at the top there's a dusty, broken band.
The rock's a bit weird. If you really crimp, it can just snap off. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, scary.
There's a puff of dust and stones and I thought, no, she's broken a hold.
Okay.
But it was okay. And so, yeah, she pulled over the top. It was a real treat to hold my daughter's rope on first female ascent of an E9. That was a classy day out.
Yes.
A few years ago, I don't think anybody would have put money on a small blonde lass climbing E9 on the sea cliffs. No, I wouldn't put money on it.
まだ大きな夢が一つあります。完登したいなと思ってます。
The danger itself is interesting. Am I risking my life now?
There's only one Everest.
There's tensions at high altitude. That's what sparks the conflict.
Oh,
The two of us to team up together to bring into life the hardest route in the world.
My dream came true.
Really quite a journey.